Elon Musk is going to found a new party in the USA, aiming to move away from the current two-party, or actually one-party system. What all this means for Bitcoin and much more in this video. Hey, and welcome to Crypto Owl. It has happened. After Elon Musk and Donald Trump already had a public mudslinging match, we've made several videos about this since it naturally has some impact on crypto prices. That's why we're covering this topic about the new party in the USA here on the Crypto YouTube channel. Specifically, the American Party, as Elon Musk has called it, it's now being launched, and it is the American political party. Why did he do all this? He himself says, at the moment, we technically have a two-party system, but in reality, it's a one-party system. Because if we're being honest, even if one side might publicly take shots at the other, behind the scenes, they're all working together. Sure, one party might be in power for 4 years, but in reality, you have to make concessions to that party under the table, because after 4 years, the other side could be back in power. And so, to prevent the other side from rejecting everything, those currently not in power have to agree to everything, or at least make some concessions. So, in public, they'll clash with each other, but behind scenes, they're still working together in some way. So he says, actually, we have a one-party system. And all of this leads to the fact that he, who first got a taste of politics through his time at the Ministry of Dodge, also states very clearly, I made sure that savings were made in my ministry. We checked the expenses. We saw that way too much was being spent. We will definitely need a change here. Because right now, yes, he says here that Donald Trump will bankrupt the USA, but actually every government does that. New debts are constantly being taken on. The debt ceiling has been raised so many times already, and he states very clearly, we want to do better. That's why, with his new party, he has set very clear goals. He wants to first get started in politics. Of course, he wants to be elected. He wants to have seats in some states, have representatives there, and of course also provide senators, and in the end, maybe someday, not necessarily himself, to be honest, because the fact that he is founding his own party also leads many people to say maybe he wants to become US president, which on one hand annoys some people, but on the other hand, others think it's a good idea. And I also claim that he will have all the tech millionaires, Mark Zuckerberg, Peter Thiel, and all the others on his side. That means money will not be an issue here. His goals are very clear. Reduce debt, only allow responsible spending. This is a major topic which we are currently facing in Germany as well. We are seeing record revenues, but also extremely high expenditures. And yes, you can certainly put the topic of military and war at the top of the agenda right now. But in the end, especially in Germany, but now also in the USA, a lot of money simply gets lost in bureaucracy. In Germany, it is the most extreme, as you here notice, considering all the things you now need a person for to verify this and that, and where everything has to be double checked again. So bureaucracy is a major issue, and Elon Musk has already taken action in the USA and let some people go. Modernization of the military with AI and robotics. And that's where the name I just mentioned comes into play, Peter Thiel. The AI from Palantir, meaning Peter Thiel, to be honest, is a major topic. They are betting everything on AI to win the technology race. So as we can see, AI is one of the two main topics in this new party, the American Party. Generally reduce regulation, focus on energy, protect free speech, and as their final point, they generally say to increase the birth rate, to expand the American people, or at least prevent its decline, because as we know, birth rates are generally falling worldwide. That's why the topic here is also to support families, whether through tax measures or, of course, by looking at how things are done in other countries. In some countries, it's like, here's €1,000 for your newborn. In other countries, there's a real starter package with essential supplies. And for example, in Germany, it's like this. You get a welcome letter, here's your tax ID. And in the US, the idea is to promote this even further, to encourage more births at least. That's what Elon Musk says about his new American Party. But what we can see very clearly here is that the main topics are reducing spending, handling money responsibly, which is very important. And also, yes, even though he didn't say it here, in the long run, reducing debt as well. And that's the goal of the American Party, which already has almost 280,000 followers here. And what's more, many of the followers, you can see it here among the people I follow, or those I see they follow, are people who are not from the EU. So it will be very interesting to see how all of this will be supported in the future, and of course how it will be driven forward. And it's not just a matter of simply founding a party. Instead, they're saying, we want to fully launch into the 2028 election campaign. He confirmed all of this here specifically with the terms all for 2028. Then he set his sights on next year. So that means 2028 presidential elections, US presidential elections. But he said next year. That means next year, the House of Representatives and the Senate will be elected again at the state level. And that's the big topic. That's where Elon Musk will already be making a direct entry with the American party. So the whole thing is gaining momentum here. And as I said, I strongly assume that the tech billionaires, millionaires call them, what you want, will fully support Elon Musk here. Especially Peter Thiel, we know about the business relationship between the two, PayPal back in the day and now Palantir, and he wants to focus on AI in the military. It fits here like a glove. Of course, one person who isn't completely unaffected by this is Donald Trump. He comes out with another statement here, basically saying that it's a wreck and that after all these discussions, these public debates, the whole thing is just making a complete fool of itself. Those are Donald Trump's statements in this case. Elon Musk even went so far as to say, you can completely cut the subsidies for Tesla. I don't need them anymore. And that was, of course, a kind of public starting signal saying that something is happening here, because these subsidies actually differentiate or further promote the market in order to maintain a competitive advantage or to be able to keep up with the Chinese car manufacturers. And he wants to eliminate that. That's also another indication that either he knows exactly how much power Tesla now has, or he's putting in his own money, or he simply has enough people supporting the whole thing. If you want to read through all of this from Donald Trump yourself, of course, I put the links in the video description for you. And anyone who now says, actually, I'm not interested in all of this because I'm just here for that power struggle up there. I notice what's going on, but really I'm just waiting for an altcoin season so I can finally have some money in my pocket after my crypto investments. And that's exactly why it's so important to talk about this here on a crypto channel. Because the fact is, Elon Musk has already spoken positively about cryptocurrencies, and the American party itself has posted about it. The introduction of cryptocurrencies is not optional, it is inevitable, and they even added a US flag at the end. And that's why we're talking about this topic here on a crypto channel. But before we look at cryptocurrencies, let's take a quick look at Tesla again, because as I said, not everyone sees this so positively. In the pre-market trading that's happening right now, we can see that Tesla's stock is set to drop by about 7%. But of course, it's also interesting to see because these are obviously the people who previously said, whoa, what? Now he's going into politics. That's it for Tesla. Goodbye and farewell. And just like that, they've placed orders to possibly sell Tesla shares or to short Tesla stock. That's how the price goes down. But now it will be interesting to see what happens when the market actually opens. So will we first see a red candle, or rather the chart will start somewhere around here, but will it then rise? Because many people say, oh no, actually, or will it keep falling because people say, no, then he pull out of Tesla and that's bad for Tesla. So will the Tesla stock crash here, or at least drop? It will be exciting to watch the whole thing unfold. It's well known that Elon Musk is definitely interested in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general, but especially in Bitcoin. Tesla still holds its Bitcoin, even though they no longer well. It was only for a short time accept Bitcoin for Teslas or for Tesla merge. On the other hand, the cryptocurrency Doge is still accepted, but I still think that's just a big joke and really just riding the wave, basically making a joke out of the whole thing. But they find Bitcoin interesting because fiat is hopeless, completely hopeless. He was asked here, will the American party support Bitcoin or advocate more for Bitcoin? And he says, fiat is hopeless, so yes. So fiat, the regular money we all know, euros, dollars, and so on, is hopeless, so yes. And all of this shows that things will also be positive for cryptocurrency with this third party. A few days ago, this happened. The CEO of Cedar just wrote for fun, maybe he is stacking quietly and the H even turned into a B. That happens to me quite often too. And Elon Musk liked the whole thing. What happened next was that his account exploded, he gained over 500 followers. A lot of people liked the whole thing. So Elon Musk likes a comment that says, maybe he's buying because stacking means collecting Bitcoin in this Bitcoiner lingo. It means he's currently accumulating Bitcoin and he's doing it secretly, quietly. So liking this article is really something special, and the whole thing caused quite a stir. By the way, Seedor is a wallet backup. If you don't know about it, go check it out. Seedor is a good thing. We've already reported quite a bit about it, or rather, we've also tested it ourselves. There are different models and other manufacturers as well, but Seedor has become very well known for this. And BTC Echo also did something about it after all these Bitcoin topics came up, namely Elon Musk is founding the American Party, pro-Bitcoin, anti-fiat. So we can see this whole topic is also a big deal in the crypto scene and is causing quite a stir here as well. But we also have to be honest, the Bitcoin chart really didn't care about any of this. The Bitcoin chart, yeah, it went up a little bit, but now it's fallen back down again because the markets are starting off negative in some cases. So to be honest, yes, it did cause a brief upswing at first, but that was sold off again pretty quickly. That means just because a new party is entering the scene, it doesn't mean the Bitcoin price will immediately go up. But it's interesting to watch what's happening here right now. And of course, this could cause a stir in American politics. And if this third party, the American Party, actually gets votes here, say they get 30% or more, then first the other two start to reconsider. And second, they get more attention and bring up this topic where people say, here is really a third party that can actually make a difference. Because there are many parties in the US, like the Libertarians, for example, but they don't play a major role and even say themselves, we don't stand a chance against the two big ones. The whole topic remains very exciting, both for cryptocurrencies and for American politics. The whole issue of spending money, fiat currencies that are constantly losing value, and many more people are now turning to cryptocurrencies. For example, if you want to buy cryptocurrencies and don't know where you can buy them, check out crypto.com. We have a crypto exchange comparison. There you'll find lots of exchanges with pros and cons where you can easily make purchases. There's also a wallet comparison, currently Bybit EU with their MiCA regulation, or for example the BitGet credit card, which currently offers 5% cashback. Feel free to check it all out at crypto.com. You'll find everything there, and in the near future there will be much more. At the end of the video, all I can say is that this is extremely exciting, especially from a cryptocurrency perspective, and you should definitely keep an eye on what's happening here. Even though people in the Donald Trump faction or in his cabinet are talking about establishing a Bitcoin reserve, to be honest, nothing has really progressed on that front yet. It's still an exciting topic and could still happen, but at the moment, everything is still under review. And Elon Musk, with his new party, could ensure that, firstly, with the citizens' money, because in the end, that's our money in Germany or in America, the money of American citizens, whose tax dollars make it possible for the state to have and spend money at all, and who are also responsible for the ever-increasing national debt, with the debt ceiling being raised higher and higher, so that more and more new debt can be taken on, as we can currently see with Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill. At the end of the video, the Tesla stock price started moving, and as you can see here, it initially dropped, but at least there's already a green candle. It's fluctuating a bit, so it's currently being traded here. The first few minutes are exciting in the stock market, trading around Tesla shares after this announcement of the American Party, which is being founded here by Donald Trump. Feel free to write in the comments who you think will soon join in and which major billionaires and millionaires will support the whole thing. I believe Peter Thiel, Zuckerberg, and also Jeff Bezos or Amazon will support him here, whether secretly, publicly, or however, in any case, because of course they also have an interest if a billionaire, a business billionaire, comes to power who understands the economy and will very likely strengthen the economy and simply give tech millionaires and billionaires much more power and freedom. The whole topic definitely remains exciting. We'll stay on it. If there are any new developments, you'll find out about them here in a video. With that, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video.